What's up YouTube? MaNiaC here, and today with the BFF Formal, today we're going to do a Q&A. Like always, just hopped on Twitter, told you guys send in some questions, and yeah, check them out.
Let me say that some of you guys are complete freaks. The questions that we saw, some of them are just like, what?
Oh, it's
what
insane.
What are you thinking to send that?
Yeah, we'll use that one.
But most people just ask questions they really want to know the answer to, and not just, I don't even know why they do it, but...
We'll start it off basic. Godly Saintful asks, what hard work and dedication did it take to become a pro player, find the right team because he can? Frowny face. So what advice would you give to him?
I mean, he kind of answered his own question. It takes so much hard work and dedication to actually get to where we are. I don't think people really have a grasp on how much time we actually put in. Not just now, because you guys see the pro scrims and tournaments and stuff, but you don't see the off-stream grinds that we've been through for years and years. And it takes a lot of time to get where we are. And I think the biggest thing you need to know is that if you want to be a pro player, it's so much dedication. Ridiculous.
It's almost like you can't, it's not something you can choose to be, almost. It'll kind of just happen. Because when we were coming up, it wasn't like we were signing on to, hopefully one day be a pro player. We were just straight addicted to the game.
Yeah.
It's not like it was something we would sign on and our goal was to get better or anything like that. We would sign on the game strictly because we were addicted to the game and just wanted to play all the time.
Yeah.
So it's not really something I guess you can teach yourself as far as becoming a pro. It's, I don't know, it's something, it's almost not really you have it or you don't, because you can definitely work harder towards it and be more conscious of it to becoming a pro player or whatever, but it's kind of something it'll either happen or it won't. Yeah. It's not really something you can force.
And honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with luck. I think a lot of pros will tell you this person gave me a chance here, or this person gave me a chance here.
I have some video on it of my story of coming up and becoming a pro, and my story was pretty lucky.
Yeah, same.
I pretty much got a very lucky chance, and I just happened to capitalize on that chance.
Exactly.
I'm Seth's ass. Do we ever plan to do Halo videos together? Just because I know he'll still have it in him, playing him in a 1v1, I know he'll just try hard as fuck and try to beat me just so he can sign on Halo for once in 6 months and beat me in a 1v1. But I do want to do him in that, or I do want to play it. I do want to play him in a 1v1.
No, I think Halo videos are definitely something I'm interested for my channel as well. Either just playing Arena with Nick or the Optic Halo guys, but it's definitely something I have fun doing and can make a fun video out of, and also, hopefully the gameplay's not too shitty. But yeah, 1v1 would be great. I think that's a great idea.
We need to just do a stream of playing, because me and you are kind of the same. Whenever we don't stream super consistent, but whenever we do, it'll be 14 hours straight and just play.
It's very spontaneous.
Young Saying God asks, if you guys could team again, would it be the old BTH squad or would you pick up 2 different people? So if you had to come back to Halo, say you had to team with me.
Good point. Thank God you put that part in there. Realistically or hypothetically, who would I want?
Who would you want? I guess.
I mean, honestly, that BTH squad that the last Halo event I played at, I wouldn't even mind playing with that team again. I think would be pretty good. Which was me, Nick, Lethal, and APG. I don't know, we're just 4 best friends, and we didn't even plan on winning. So it's when you have a team like that, where you're with such good friends with everybody, it's so easy to just have that natural chemistry, and you guys know what kind of players each other are already, that it makes the whole competitive environment much easier on you and feels like an actual fun experience, It doesn't feel like you're super stressed out.
It's not super stressful, even my team now, we're not in the position that we want to be, but having 2 really, really good friends with Ace and APG, obviously I'm cool with Straight Sick, I just haven't known him personally as long, but just having 2 really good friends on my team just makes playing that much more worth it and that much less stressful. So if we could bring back BTH, I probably would do the same thing. Booner Tron asks, has joining Optic Gaming made you a better player in person?
Ooh. Player,
it's interesting.
Player, it's kind of like a double-edged sword when it comes to the actual playing part, because you have a lot of spotlight on you, and certain players will react to it a different way. You know, our current COD team right now, and I just speak for myself, I think the 4 players that we have on our COD team kind of all shine under the spotlight. We love being in pressure situations and competing at LAN events in front of crowds, and when Optic initially gets you on the team, there's a lot of spotlight on you, and it kind of determines whether you're going to crumble under it or like...
It's kind of like no offense to APG, but APG joined the team, and APG has done completely fine in scrims. Everyone knows APG is a good player, but he had a bad week one time in league matches, and just everyone is talking shit. And like, obviously I went through the same stuff in like the beginning of Halo 5, and honestly throughout Halo 5, and it's just being on Optic, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like you can shine under the light, or you'll shine in the spotlight, or not necessarily crumble, but it's like if you do bad, yeah, it'll bug you.
If it gets to you, then that's the problem.
Yeah, you're kind of lying if it doesn't not get to you, because like we'll sit around the house and be like, did you see what like so and so is saying this, and these like people are so annoying, blah blah blah. But it kind of gets to you. But like he said, it is like a double-edged sword.
And the second part of the question, in terms of being a better person, I would say yes, in the sense that when you join Optic, you kind of get put into a situation where you can make a real future for yourself, and I think it helps you grow up real quick in this gaming scene. You know, you turn from just tournaments only and stuff into being like an entertainer or something like that, but it really gets you in a position that you can make a future for yourself.
You have to start being more professional.
Yeah, it definitely helps you grow up, so I'd say that would make you a better person.
Next thing you know, you're like talking to like actual businessmen. Yeah. Like before this, I was stocking shelves at a grocery store. Yeah. And then joining Optic, I move out, which is a huge step in anyone's life. So it definitely makes you grow as a person, and I think joining Optic specifically, it definitely thickens your skin, because you kind of deal with some of the worst of the people, as far as just like getting shit talked every day for no reason. Everyone deals with it, but it definitely makes you as corny as it sounds, I guess, like a stronger and better person. Definitely helps you mature. For
those of you guys that have only known Nick since he joined Optic, like, now I'm thinking about the question, I think joining Optic for Nick was really, really good. I've known him for a really long time, and we've been through years of literally doing nothing. Like, we would just sit in Skype calls all day and just bullshit. Yeah. And when he told me that he was moving out and starting YouTube, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's not happening.
Oh, no, the entire Halo community, I honestly almost didn't believe it myself. Like, nobody thought I would do something like this. Yeah. Because it was just like completely out of my character. And like he said, we would days, months, years of doing like nothing, until it came to that point where I had to get a job. When I was just making enough money off Halo to not really worry about it, we would go so long without doing anything. Yeah. And that's why when I do that here at the house, like there'll be a couple of days where I'm not gonna lie, I don't do anything. And then people will just like shit talk you for it, call you lazy, and it's like, that's just like the life I used to live. Yeah. It's kind of like hard to really just snap out of it and become like this super like dedicated hard worker.
But just know that the version of him now is a complete upgrade from what he used to be. Because we got bad for a while.
Yeah, it was really bad. And not only that, I used to be the like shit talking. Matt kind of was too.
What?
But you were definitely
shit
like
talker?
a little shit talker.
I was more of a.
You were like a.
I was more of a douche than a shit talker.
Yeah.
Like
you were like a shit talker. You would just.
I was just the teabagger. Like,
Yeah, you would teabag. You would send me clips of out shooting.
I'd be that. I'd be that kid. Like you're scrimming, like, and it's the first time these pros are playing against me in a scrim, and finally letting me scrim against them. I would just like shit on someone and like walk past their body. They're like mid call out, like, yeah, he's going. Did he just smack my body? And I'm just like teabagging and walking away and like laughing about it.
Matt was like that kid, and I was like,
I was so young.
the shit talker.
Yeah, he was like mean. Like he was like him and his little gang of friends.
I'm like Demon D.
Yeah, dude.
Clutch.
He was around some bad people. Not bad people, but just mean people. Like fucking
it's just,
Snuff and like
oh yeah.
Who's that other guy?
It was like
Anthrax. Oh my god.
These are people. Just know that. Optic is definitely, and growing up just in general, it definitely changes you. Alright, I don't want this to go too long, and these answers have been pretty long, so we're gonna do like 2 more. Royal2 asks, and I actually didn't know the answer to this. He said, when did you guys first meet?
First meet, like, in person?
Yeah. Was it at the LAN Center? Or the LAN Network?
The LAN Network, I think.
Was it? I think I can tell you my first memory of Formal. This was probably early 2011 or something.
Yeah.
I just remember playing against him on, what was the purple map in Halo Reach?
Zealot.
I remember playing against him in Zealot. And he was just like, he was still just like an amateur player. He wasn't on like any good team yet or anything, but he was somehow in like Pro 8s or something.
I would weasel my way in.
Yeah, he'd weasel his way in.
I would know like break, and then he'd like invite me. That would be like,
yeah, and I just remember him shitting on me like every time I saw him in a battle. It's not that he was like shitting on me, he was just not missing every single time. And it like stood out to me for some reason. I don't know why that's still a memory in my head, but then like a month later I find myself like teaming with him because he went to an event, got like top 6, and then I randomly ended up teaming with. You're fucking distracting me.
What do you mean? I'm just getting my shot.
What the hell? He sneaks in. I think the first time we actually met though was at the LAN Network before Anaheim 2011.
Yeah.
And
I was like, who is this little shit that's just like shitting
chubby
online? And then I remember we went to I hate fucking gassing him up, but we went to the LAN Network. This was like his, like, you didn't really know anybody.
No, I was just quiet. The only person I knew that like I shouldn't have known there, like being the AM kid I knew Roy like pretty well.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I would send him messages in like Halo 3 and be like, yo, 1v1 me. And he'd actually do it. And like we would always have these back and forth 1v1s, yeah.
I remember going to the LAN Network. We had some random ass team, but we were somehow good as hell.
We were really good.
We did really good at the LAN Network. I don't know if we came out with like the best record or not. I think I
think we were second to Instinct.
I just remember people at the LAN were just like talking about Formal. Like, not the entire time, but like that's just how good he was playing. Because when you're at these things, you're playing against all like the top pro teams, like for practice, and he was just shitting every single match. So that's kind of just like my first memories of him.
And you know what's funny is like my first memory of you was that like weekend we were all sleeping in random rooms or something, and I was like just getting ready to shower, and I saw Nick like laying on the floor in like a room on his laptop, and I was like, what are you doing? And he was playing League of Legends, like,
oh my god,
when it like first
on my big ass laptop.
Yeah, it like just came out.
Yeah,
and I was like, what is this? And it's like so.
I was
funny
like the only guy to play League of Legends.
Yeah, he was the first person I knew that played League of Legends.
And the only reason I knew of League of Legends was because my 2 like random ass friends played it. All right, we will end the Q&A with this. Resisting 6 asks, how does it feel being famous? Formal's definitely more famous than me, but it's weird. It's still so weird that kids, or not even necessarily kids, there's like people out there that are like genuinely like fans of like you and me.
Yeah.
So it's
a really weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling. Like when I think of celebrities, I look at them as like, them here, I'm here. But when I think of like me to like the community, it's still just like I don't look at it any different. And I feel like that's such a generic answer that like everyone would say, but it is just a weird feeling.
The only time it really weirds me out is when I'm in public, and I'm only saying this because it happened to me yesterday. So I was in line at Chipotle, and this guy was checking. He was at the end of the at the register, paying for his food, and I was still in line ordering. I look over, and this guy's like staring at me, like, and this is just an example of like what I'm trying to say. So sometimes you'll catch people looking at you, and they might just think, hey, that guy looks like a douche. I'm gonna look at him and then just give him a dirty look or something. But some of them like know who you are, and they're just staring at you, and I'm just like, what? And like I'm like trying to focus on my food order, and I get to the end of the line, and this guy's like standing there staring at me like he's like about to fight me. I'm just like, what? And then he's just like, you're formal. I'm like, oh god. But it's like, those type of moments kind of weird me out, just because you never know what people are thinking.
You know what is weird is, say we go to the mall and we walk past a group of kids, you can like kind of tell if they know who you are.
They'll do like a double take.
Yeah, they'll double take.
And they'll like, even if they don't know your name,
you can just like sense that they like know.
They might have seen your face before or something.
So it definitely is. It's a little weird. It's like a good weird.
Yeah.
But at times, I've definitely had some awkward interactions to where it's like, hey, are you MaNiaC? And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? And they're just like, hey. I'm just like, what's up? And it's like I'm awkward enough, but it just weird situation. Like, don't think I mind at all coming up to me, but it's just I'm awkward enough.
Yeah, same.
So it's like I'm not the most sociable person. Like I feel like you could go up to like if you go up to like a Hex or something, like he'll know exactly what to say. Like he'll deal with any situation like really well. But for me, it's just like I just don't have the social skills.
I think with us, it's like we're much better at holding conversations than starting them. So if someone has something to say and it's like, yeah, I can talk about that. But if they're just looking at you, they're just like,
I don't have anything to say.
Like, there's been times I'm at events, and a guy will come up to me, and he's like, hi. And I'm like,
what's up?
Hey. And he's just like,
and it's just like,
you're just sitting there just like, alright, I gotta pee real bad or something. Like, but if you can hold a conversation or start it with us, and it's much easier for us to communicate back, because we don't know your questions. Like, you guys have questions for us, and we want to talk to you. We just don't want to be like, hey, nice shoes. You know?
Yeah, it can get a little weird. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the Q&A. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Really does help the channel grow. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later.